Hello, wonderful beings. Welcome to Wheel of Wisdom, a place where the right message reaches you. My name is Anisha, and I help people improve their relationship with themselves and their life. So, this is a little bit about me. I would love to know about you before we begin the live. So, feel free to share which part of the world you're joining us from and maybe what is the time there. So, yeah, you can share that in the comments. And until you guys do that, let me quickly share what we do here in this space. Okay, so we usually begin these sessions with a 30-minute meditation that is based upon the quote that you see when you open Insight Timer. So we soak in the wisdom from that quote and feed it to our subconscious mind. And then, once we are feeling more centered, more calm, we move on to phase two of this live, where we spin the wheel of wisdom and the universe chooses a book for us to receive the message that we need to hear most today. So once we have a book, we play a game together where I ask you guys to pick a number and then I do intuitive readings for the chosen numbers. So this is a very quick overview of what we do here. But um, I will share more details later on. But for now, I would love to know that are you guys ready for the first part, which is a meditation? So, are you guys settled in a place where you feel comfortable meditating? So, if you feel ready for meditation, you can type ready in the comments to let me know, or you can just press the heart button so that we can begin with today's meditation and then move on to our wheel of wisdom. Okay, so we have a few hearts here. Okay, so until anyone else also, type in the comments, let me quickly drop in a message in the comments for those who will join us during the meditation so they know what is going on. And then we will begin. Okay, so just a second. Okay, done. Oh, we have a few messages here. So let's see. Bob says, "Morning, I'm Bob from Edinburgh. It's 10:30 a.m. Today for the first time. This last year I have been feeling hope. I am feeling hopeful. My wife died exactly a year ago. Yes, I am. Thank you, Bob, for choosing the space to hold you at this, delicate moment. And I'm so sorry for your loss. And I hope that um, from this live today, you receive whatever it is you need at this moment, that the universe send you a signal or make you feel a certain way, which makes you feel like, okay, everything is all right, or, you know, whatever that signal needs to be for you. So, welcome to this space. Thank you for giving this a chance to impact your life in some way. Hi, Robin. Good morning. Robin says, "Morning, marvelous meditators." Welcome back, Robin. Happy to have you here again. Hi, Caitlin. Welcome. We were just about to begin today's meditation. It's so nice to see you here. Hi, Karen. Welcome back. Karen says, "Good morning, Anisha. Lovely to see you." Lovely to see you too, Karen. I missed you. Okay, guys. So now, yeah, we can begin. So, Begin by coming into a comfortable position. You can choose to either sit, stand, or lie down, whatever your body needs right now. As you begin to settle here, bring your attention to the environment around you, allowing yourself to arrive in this place fully. And as you arrive in your surroundings, in the here and now, allow yourself to take a deep breath in, and with the out breath, gently close your eyes. Turning your attention inward, noticing the air flowing in and out of your body. Today's meditation is inspired by a quote, which is: "The earth is what we all share." The earth is what we all share. Wendell Berry. As these words land in your mind, you find yourself arriving in a safe space where you are standing barefoot on the earth. Feel the ground beneath you. This ground has the perfect temperature, the perfect texture, and it is here to support you fully. This ground does not belong to you, and yet it holds you completely. Take a moment to absorb this simple truth that the same earth beneath your feet exists beneath countless others. The other people you know, people you don't know yet, and people you may never meet in your life. And yet, here you all are, held by the same ground. Feel into that. No separation in the support that you are receiving from the earth. The earth doesn't choose, it doesn't discriminate. The earth does not ask who you are, it simply receives you. It holds you in her loving embrace. As you feel held by the steady support beneath you, feel free to wander your attention, to let it rest on your breath. And notice the air that you breathe in has been breathed before. It has been taken in by the animals, by the people across time. And as you exhale, you offer it back to the trees and plants. A beautiful exchange which is continuously going on in every single moment since you arrived on this earth. Let your awareness expand to feel both of these supports, both of these miracles, the miracle of breathing and of standing on this earth. Because you are not just standing on the earth, you are a part of this living entity. You are connected in ways you don't even have to think about. You are supported without effort. You belong here without having to prove anything. So take a moment to reflect. What does it feels like to share this world? Remember to share this world, not to not to own it, not to control it, but simply to be here together. So what does that feels like? You might notice a softening, a little less holding, and maybe a little more allowing. Because this ground beneath you and all the burdens and responsibilities and stress, it is not yours alone to carry. The whole universe, this whole earth is here with you, supporting you in each moment. And there is enough for everyone. There is enough of the miracles, of the support, of whatever it is that you need for all of us. There is something much larger than us that is taking care of every single one of the living beings. There is something larger that is taking care of you in each moment. Let that settle in your body, not just as an idea, but as a felt sense of connection to that divine. And before we end this meditation, I invite you to place one or both hands on your heart. And as you feel their gentle warmth, whisper these affirmations to yourself. I belong on this earth. I belong on this earth. I am supported by life itself. I am supported by life itself. I share this world with others. I share this world with others like me, I am connected always. I am connected always. And now gently lower your hands and gently bring your awareness to your entire body, noticing how does it feels like to exist in this body right now. And now, to end this meditation, take 3 deep breaths. And in your own time, gently open your eyes. Welcome back. see that some new people have joined us while we were meditating. So, a warm welcome to each and every one of you. Thank you for choosing to spend your time here. And for those who joined late, if you want to catch on to the meditation, I will share towards the end of the live where you can find this whole live recording. But for now, I would love to hear from those who did meditated with us, and I would love to know about your experience of this practice. Only if you feel called to share it. And if you don't feel like typing yet, that's perfectly all right. Um, and once I go through the comments, if any comes in, then we will move on to phase two of this live, where we will spin the wheel of wisdom and the universe will choose a book for all of us. So let's see. Ah, so Karen says, I missed you too. I will be out and about, but I will be listening in. That's okay, Karen. You can, come and go as you please. The space is open for you to be used in whatever manner you want it to be used. So yeah. Um Sadie says, Bob, sorry for your loss. I lost my husband. Too glad you're here. Um, I'm sorry for your loss too, Sadie, and a hug to both of you. Mm. May both their souls rest in peace, and may both of your souls feel, held, feel their presence whenever you need it. So thank you both of you for being here in this space, for sharing, this part of your life with all of us. I hope that you guys, both of you, can feel the love all of us hold in our heart for both of you. And it's nice to see you back here, Sadie, as well. Okay, let's see. Hi, Eve. Welcome. Welcome back again. Happy to have you here. So, guys, okay, we have a comment. So let me go through it and then we will move on to our next segment. So Bob says, I was in the glade when I go during the solstice. As a druid, I love being at one with the earth. We need to know we all share this earth. Thank you. Wow, that is such an amazing practice. And sorry if I mispronounced any of the names that you mentioned, but that is definitely a lovely practice. And, a few lives ago, I did a meditation on earth, like sending healing to nature that has been destroyed by, all of this human in our human hands. And yeah, so I thought I would do a different take on this particular quote that came up. So if you feel like sending some love to the earth, you can check that meditation out. Let me know if you want that, and I will tell you the number of the episode so you can watch it later on. Okay, guys. So now, um, let me share with you guys our wheel of wisdom. So, this is our wheel, and as you can see, this wheel contains the name of 51 transformational books that I have read over the past 10 years of my life. And now, what we're going to do is we are going to first take a moment and ask ourselves, what do I need guidance on today? And see if something specific pops up for you. And if nothing comes up, then you can simply send out this beautiful wish from your heart that may everyone listening to this receives the message that they need to hear most today. That is going to be the message for the highest good. So, holding either that specific wish or either that specific thing that you need guidance on, or this beautiful wish in your awareness as we spin the wheel. Love your intention, Bob, of nurturing hope. Yeah, that can be the only light sometimes in all the darkness. So, let's see what wants to come through for that. Okay. Ah, so, interesting. We got the same book in our last live, I think. And the name of the book is Everyday Mindfulness by Melissa Steginas. I thought we were going to get the another book just below it, which was The Universe Has Your Back. I'm kind of feeling called to ask you guys, which one would you like to go with? Everyday Mindfulness or The Universe Has Your Back? Because it was just below it. So I want to ask you guys, which one should we go with? Everyday Mindfulness or The Universe Has Your Back? You guys can vote, and based on your vote, I will open that particular book. I thought so because I was feeling called towards that one universe one. So yeah, okay. So we have a unanimous a majority voting of the universe one. Okay, let's go with that. Thank you, Kathleen, Robin, Priscilla, and Eve for that. For sharing what you want. Hmm. Okay, so let's see what this beautiful book wants to offer us. So this is the cover of the book. And this book has been written by Gabriel Bernstein. So, and the subtitle is Transforming Fear to Faith. So, give me a second to choose some numbers so that we can play a game together. So, my dear ones, I invite you guys to pick a number between 17 to 185. Again, no need to rush, take your time. I will choose a number randomly based on my intuition. So share the number that pops up first into your head. Thank you, Priscilla, for sharing a number. And I hope I'm pronouncing your name right because I know you have corrected me 2 times. So if I'm doing it wrong, please feel free to correct me again. I'm pretty forgetful. Okay, thank God. Okay. Um, you have a beautiful name. I have a bad memory. Okay, let's see. Priscilla says, thank you, you're so sweet. Thank you. Okay, let's see. So thank you, Robin, Shira, Karen, Bob, Susan, Shell. Okay. Bob says, I thought of 17 before you chose the book. So we have two. Okay, no, not two. Okay. Bob was giving us the background. Okay. Interesting, Bob. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you, Eve, for sharing a number. Anyone else who wants to, choose a number and receive a reading? Okay. So, Priscilla, do you want me to go with both the numbers that you have shared, like 18 and 118, or this 118 one? Feel free to, yeah, let me know. Thank you, Sarah. Okay, okay. No, no issues, no issues. Okay, so we will go with 118 then. Okay, so now I'm going to choose the numbers amongst these. Okay, so the number that I am feeling most called to is 155 by Susan. So thank you, Susan, for choosing a number. And let's see what wants to come through for Susan and every one of us here. Because since you're here, you were meant to receive this message that is coming through. Otherwise, you won't be here. So, okay, lovely. So, thank you, Daphne, for sharing a number. We have chosen the number for this particular reading, but feel free to share another number or the same number again for the next reading. Okay, we will do it after this one. So, the message here is you are one with the universe. So, there are certain practices, beneath this heading that is on this page number. And before sharing that, there is a paragraph. So, I'm going to read that and then share the practice that will help you connect with the universe. So, the author says that at the beginning of this book, the voice of love was probably distant and hard to hear, but the more you lean towards love, the more you begin to see with spiritual sight, listen with the voice of love, and live more joyously and free. This is what is meant, this is what it means to release your perception of separateness and accept you are one with the universe. Stringing together those moments of true connection is how we begin to see the world through the lens of love rather than the lens of fear. Even when situations baffle us, we have the power to quickly return to love. Now is the time to crank up the volume on your truth and turn down the volume on the voice of fear and separation. So choose it. fully surrender to your spiritual nature, to your purpose, passion, and a deep connection to the universe. So, there are certain steps that the author is sharing which are designed to deepen your faith that you are one with the love of the universe. So, first is a prayer for truth. And the author says that this prayer acts as an intermediary between your feelings of separation and your truth. So, the prayer is I call on the energy of the universe to guide my thoughts back to love. I surrender the false perceptions I have placed upon myself. I forgive these thoughts and I know that I am love. I am peace. I am compassion. I am the universe. So that was a prayer, and the author invites us to maybe say this prayer every day or whenever you need it. And then there are like other practices that we can use to feel more connected to, deepen our faith that we are one with the universe. And the other practices are like, a meditation. So, so feels like the meditation that we just did, where we felt connected to the universe, where we felt connected to everyone, and where we felt held and supported by the universe. So I hope that that part is covered already. And I think I have a few practices related to that. So you can check them out in your own time and they are free so everyone can access them. So yeah, this was the reading. Let me know, Susan, if this reading resonated with you at all. If you received what you needed from this. I love the prayer and I'm definitely going to practice this. I'm going to give it a try to practice saying this prayer once every day of this week because, okay, I am just saying 48, 48, 48. Like the time we have spent is 48, the people that have joined is 48, and then Shira type the number 48. So I don't know, is there some mess? Oh my goodness. And when I look down, the page number, so when I like scroll, there are different page numbers, and then there is the different page number on the page when I'm reading, and that page is 148. Okay. Interesting, huh? Shira says, I thought 48 because the number of people. Okay. Yeah, prefrontal seeing. Okay. Shira is, giving us the science behind it. Hmm. But yeah, it is interesting. Yeah, like the other 48s were pure coincidence or like, okay, I'm feeling like searching for the meaning of 48 right now. I don't know. Maybe it's nothing. Maybe the universe wants to say something to us. Okay, I'm searching for angel number meanings. Ah, that is okay. So this angel number 4848 is a powerful sign of approaching financial abundance, stability, and spiritual alignment. Often seen as a cosmic encouragement that your hard work is paying off. So, guys, if you have been working on anything, I have been getting this message a lot since I guess the last 2 weeks. So, this is just another confirmation for me, which is like really great and a lovely confirmation. But this message is saying that your hard work is going to be paid off. So, hmm, I hope that that happens for every single one of you. Oh, we have also a message. We have also some other few messages. Let me read that. Bob says, the prayer is similar to the Druid's prayer, which I recite each day, though I have been consumed by grief. I am, it's nice that you have this prayer like as an anchor as you navigate through all these feelings of grief, Bob. And we can just get as much support as we need. And I hope that you get all the right kinds of support so that it feels like there is some space to breathe amidst all these feelings of grief, amidst all this, emptiness or whatever that feeling is for you. And thank you for sharing that. And I'm going to search for that prayer that you mentioned. And maybe it might be helpful for other people who are navigating, who are, dealing with some or other form of grief. So thank you for that share. Susan says, beautiful prayer. I would like to get the book. Yeah, it is a wonderful book. I think the first time that I read it was when I was feeling like very, very low, and it was in my college years, I think the second year or something. And it was like really helpful. It felt like, yeah, the universe really has my back. Like it felt, I was feeling supported by it. So, great decision. I hope that mm, you feel the same way that this book made me feel. And I'm glad you like the prayer. Shira says, you see so deep and pleasant. Thank you. Thank you, Shira, for acknowledging it. And I know, but yeah, thank you for the compliment. Okay, time for our next reading now. So, my beautiful beings, let me take out the wheel again, and we will spin. So, bring to your mind anything you need guidance on as we spin. Mm. Okay, the universe is kind of saying it in different ways that your wishes are going to be fulfilled. I love that. So guys, just be ready. All your wishes are going to be fulfilled. There's something wonderful going to happen for each and every one of you. I love this confirmation that is coming again and again in different forms to all of us. Ah, okay. Robin says, thanks for the serene space, Anisha. Oh, I'm glad that you feel at peace, in the space, Robin. And I love the space too because of all of you, because of the energy that all of you guys bring. It just makes the space what it is. So thank you for your presence, Robin. So this book has been written by Dr. Wayne Dyer. So let me open this book, which is Wishes Fulfilled. And let's see what wants to come through from it. Hi, Kathleen. I missed you so much, and I'm so happy to have you here back. I know it is pretty early for you, and I so appreciate you making the time to join us. Okay, so this is our beautiful page, like the cover of this book. And here it says Mastering the Art of Manifesting. So let me choose some numbers and then we will play a game. invite you guys to pick a number between 20 to 84. Love the excitement, Robin, and luckily your number falls in that range. Okay. No issues, no issues. So, yeah, guys, take your time, see which number pops up first, share it in the comments. I will go through all your comments and pick a number that my intuition feels called to. Okay? So, here you go. Thank you, Bob. Thank you, Kathleen. Thank you, Caitlin. I miss saying that because usually both of you guys typed simultaneously. Hmm. Bob says Mandy's age next month. Oh, Bob. Was Mandy's, was your wife's name Mandy? Just confirming, but yeah, that's so sweet. Okay, anyone else who wants to share a number before we begin? Okay, that is a sweet name. Both of them. Ah, there's also, I think, an Insight Timer teacher called Mandy, and she has like some wonderful work as well. So maybe you can check her out. Just saying that just popped in my head. Okay, so since there are no more numbers, let me go through the ones that are here on the screen and pick one. Let's see. Okay. So the number that I'm feeling most called to is 64, and the number has been chosen by Bob. Okay, so let's see what wants to come through from page number 64 for all of us. So, the heading for it is objective and subjective attention. It's always your choice. So the author says you employ objective attention when you monitor external input such as information and attitudes that originate outside of you. This is an important aspect of functioning in your life. However, you need to consciously bring into your awareness your ability to select and switch between objective and subjective attention. With awareness and practice, you will discover that by employing subjective attention first, you almost magically are released from an addiction to external impressions. It is your choice, and the rewards are exponential. Do not give attention to what others do or fail to do. Give attention to what you do or fail to do is a sage advice. Whatever wish you have placed in your imagination will engender stimulus responses. Those responses that come to you from the external world, while often valuable as feedback, are things that you are going to work at ignoring if they in any way represent an obstacle to the fulfillment of your dream. Here is what Neville has to say concerning these two disparate approaches to how you should place your own attention. There is an enormous difference between attention directed objectively and attention directed subjectively, and the capacity to change your future depends on the later, that is, attention directed subjectively. Becoming a wishes fulfilled person involves learning to strategically employ your subjective attention. So, whatever you are placing in your imagination and feeling is present will become a part of your daily life, suddenly appearing in many of your conversation and activities, television, movies, internet tidbits, and news reports on the same subject will make their way to your consciousness. Contradictory information may appear out of nowhere. There will be friends and strangers who wants to express their opinion and share their stories about someone who attempted to do what you're working on. This is when, having learned to differentiate between subjective and objective attention and practicing choosing one or both becomes critically important to your success. So put your subjective attention on the I am that you have firmly planted in your imagination and refuse to allow any external data to interfere with directing your loving attention on the subjective I am. So basically, holding whatever it is that you want to focus more on, that you want more of in your life, for example, hope, and associating it with the I am statement, like I'm an hopeful person, or I have the ability to see hope, to feel hopeful in the darkest of times, whatever it is. So attaching that to I am so that it becomes a part of your identity, and then filtering out any information that is contradicting it, that would help you in manifesting that, in becoming that person. So right now you might be saying I am this or I am that, but you might not believe it. But the author is inviting you to, associate whatever your wish is with an I am statement, filter out all the information that is not helpful towards that manifestation, towards that becoming your reality, that you becoming you feeling hopeful. Maybe right now you are not, but you want to. So filter out any other information that hinders you from reaching where you desire to be, and continuing to focus on continuing to bring your attention back to that I am, back to that person that you want to be. And in every moment you can, whenever you're faced with anything, whenever uh, there is any choice, there is any action, just ask yourself, what would this kind of person, the kind of person that you want to be, the desire that you have attached, so what kind of what kind of an action, what would a hopeful person do right now, what would this kind of a person do right now, what would, a peaceful person do right now. And that would help you also take, not only just focus your attention in terms of your mental space, but in your physical, reality as well. You are focusing, you are pouring more of your energy, more of yourself into that identity that you want to embody. So, yeah, that is what came up for me from this reading. Let me know if anything resonated from this, um, to you, Bob, or to anyone, in the space. Bob says, my sankalp is I own hope and happiness. Uh, and, so that is your question at any moment that you're faced with a choice as to what to do. What I need to focus on right now is that what would a hopeful person, what would a happy person do right now? Or what can you do that would help you feel more hopeful right now, feel more happy in this moment? It doesn't have to be something big. It can be just reminding yourself of something small. It can be like watching maybe something that makes you feel that way, or do something that makes you feel that way. So that is how you're pouring your attention. You are bringing your attention back again and again to this sankalp, to this intention, to this identity. So, yeah, that's it. That came up for me. I hope that some part of it landed with you. And let us move on to our final reading for today now. So, bring to your awareness anything you need guidance on as we spin this wheel. So, the book that came up was No Time Like the Present by Jack Cornfield. And before I read that, let me read the two comments that I've poured in here. So Bob says, I wrote a poem at 4:30 a.m. I had a blackbird singing outside the house. It gave me hope. I love that. That is a beautiful picture that you have painted in my head. And I think, for a lot of us, that is just wow. Yeah, and as Sol is saying, if you feel comfortable, you can, share the poem in the comment section so that everyone's heart can be touched by that feeling. That feeling from your heart can ripple out and reaches the heart of everyone who is here. Sol says, Mandy by Barry Manilow was always one of my favorite songs, Bob. Wow, that is so beautiful. Thank you, Soul, for sharing that. Wow. Okay, so let me open this book until then, which is No Time Like Present. And this book has been written by Jack Cornfield. And now I'm going to choose some numbers so that we can play a game together. Mm, So here are the numbers between which I invite you to choose, which is between 14 to 191. Bob says, I'm so grateful. It was all useful. Thank you. Sol, yes. Mandy loved Menlo, especially loved 15 minutes. Ah, I love the connection forming here. Mm, and I'm also going to search for that song and give it a listen. Okay, let me write it down. Mm, Thank you, Rita, for sharing a number. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to listen to that song after this. Thank you so much for sharing it. Anyone else who wants to share a number between 14 to 191? Thank you, Robin. Thank you, Soul. Okay, anyone else? Eve says, I have been enjoying listening while I get ready for work. You're welcome to use the space as you please, Eve. And I'm glad that you chose to keep all of us company as you get ready for work. Okay. So, yeah, I'm waiting for one last, like last few moments so that anyone else who wants to share a number and receive a reading can do so. Otherwise, we have Rita, Robin, and Soul's number for this last reading. Okay, then let's see whose number am I feeling most called to. So, the number that I'm feeling most called to is 95, and the number has been chosen by Robin for all of us. Thank you, Robin. Okay, let's see what wants to come through. Okay. So there is like a practice, and the name of the practice is Practice with Troubled Emotions. So this is for anyone who is, feeling any difficult emotion right now. And the author says here that to practice with troubled emotions, sit quietly and choose a circumstance where you feel stuck. So I'm just going to read it out because we don't have enough time to do the whole practice. So I'm going to read it out so you get a glimpse of the practice, and then you can practice it in your silent meditation, or yeah, or you can just replay this thing at like a slow speed. So yeah, so choose a circumstance where you feel stuck. Notice the difficult emotions that are present, often making your problems even more worse. So observe kindly whatever troubled emotions are present as you think about this circumstance where you feel stuck. Breathe and let the emotions be. Fear and frustration, anxiety and worry, anger and rage, loneliness and sorrow may be there, and all of them are natural to human life. So turn toward whatever troubled emotion you are feeling right now and feel how it manifests in your body, how it manifests in your mind, with loving awareness. Simply acknowledge fear feels like this, frustration feels like this, pain feels like this. So just name whatever emotion you are feeling and say, okay, this feels like this, like you are a curious child. Notice where it is centered in your body and now invite the emotion or feeling to become stronger, to expand and increase, and feel yourself making space for it to grow as big as it wants. Let it open and fill your whole body. And then sense or feel or imagine it expanding further to fill the room. All the space around you, to fill the whole sky. So take your time and let this emotion or difficult feeling to grow vast as this feeling expands. Notice what happens to it. At first, it may intensify and grow stronger. Then, as it expands even further, it often becomes softer and the energy of this emotion opens to other experiences. Sometimes it begins to feel less personal. It becomes simply an energy of anger, of fear, or of loneliness moving through you. Sometimes, as it softens, another strong feeling arises. So, anger makes way for sadness or hurt. Loneliness gives birth to worry or to tenderness. The energy becomes more universal and can even open to its opposite. You may also notice that as you allow these energies to open, you become less reactive. Their energy is free to move. Now you can be present and gracious, but not so easily caught or swept away. You did great. And now allow yourself to take a deep breath in, and with the exhale, let go of this practice. So maybe take two more deep breaths like this.